Hello, my name is Kirioth, and today we are going to have a little chat about more action figures. So there are going to be more of the, I was going to say Bandai style Space Marine figures, but it's not Bandai, it is McFarlane Toys instead. So these are from the new 40k trailer. We know it's new 40k because they're pushing that hashtag real hard, and what we'll do, I think actually, first of all, it's a 7-inch figure. Again, now the Bandai one I believe was... The Bandai one I remember as being 18 centimetres, which if I remember correctly is in fact 7 inches. So it seems like same scale, same size. It's also like an articulated thing so you can pose it, all of that kind of thing. So again, it's similar. I have to admit, I don't know much as to the like difference in quality between, say, like McFarlane Toys figures and Bandai figures. I could not tell you which one is better. What I think it's best to do is, in the case of the Intercessor at least, is we can just take a look at this one and you can do a direct comparison with the other one. So I will say that finish wise and promo image wise, this new McFarlane one, is a little rough around the edges. Then again, it is a prototype. It says down the bottom, prototype subject to change, so I'm sure that actually it will be somewhat better finished in the final product. There's also, the promo image is not cut out great in certain sections. It's on a white background, but I'm not convinced that picture was taken on a white background because there's like pixelation and there's little chunks missing in little, just certain sections of the picture. It's like when you go into Photoshop and you cut an image out of another image. It strikes me that something like that has gone on somewhere on here. And again, that is something that maybe most people wouldn't notice. I just spend a stupid amount of time looking at Photoshop when I'm making thumbnails and stuff. But overall, it looks pretty decent. As I say, the finish doesn't look quite as clean as the promo image for the other one. It is totally worth remembering that that's what these are, though. Overall, it looks decent. I will say the heavy bolt pistol, sorry, it's not just a normal bolt pistol, heavy bolt pistol, looks a bit weedy, looks a bit small, but apart from that, I think it's all right. Yeah, I think that looks okay. There's also the Necron one. I have to admit, I really do like the look of the Necron one. I will say, overall, this isn't really my thing. I'm not going to sit there and go, "Oh, Games Workshop shouldn't have made this. What the hell are they doing?" Because I don't think that's true. It's just more stuff. It's much more stuff for people to get if they want. It's more things based in the IP that we like. It's not my personal thing, but I'm not going to begrudge anyone who wants them. I think it does look pretty decent. The damage on it is kind of nice, actually. I feel like they've done a good job doing battle damage and stuff on this. The cables coming down from the chest is a nice touch. The kind of tearing over the knee is pretty well done. Again, it feels like part of it has been cut out. Not great. There's just that bit of weird sort of hazing around the edges here and there, but overall, I think they look decent. Now, the main thing when it comes to these new figures is there's the Necron Warrior, and then there is the Assault Intercessor Sergeant. Bit of a mouthful, but there is also an unpainted one. By the way, these promo shots, they funnily enough do look way better. They look way better. Them being situated in front of a background with a nice bit of Photoshop here and there. Like the finish on that looks way better than it does in the plain white one. Although that I think has had the saturation turned up a fair bit, which is hiding some of the scuffs and weird marks. And it's also it's made the blue and the red so much richer. Although I will say, if it was a choice between having the plain white image and the one on a background, I think the plain white one is the better thing to have because it's more honest and you can see things better without the kind of Photoshop interference, so to speak. Although I will say them turning like the contrast up a little bit on this one has drawn out the cracks and the battle damage a bit more. You can see them a bit easier. I think it's easier to get a nice bit of appreciation for them in these pictures, just because they have had that bit of editing done. The right hand's in a bit of a weird position on that one, but then since they seem to be posable, it doesn't really matter because you can change it, can't you? I really do like that Necron warrior. I think that looks decent. Yeah. So the main thing that I'm liking about these is that there is going to be an unpainted one. So this is where things maybe get a little bit confusing. I mean, it's slightly confusing to me because it feels like they've gone to two separate companies to have the same thing made twice, kind of. But there is a McFarlane Toys, just normal Intercessor, but totally unpainted. That I like. Again, I'm not sure it's something I would rush out to buy, but the option of an unpainted one, I do really appreciate that. That is something whereby I think we even said when the Bandai one was announced, it was like, I kind of wish they'd done one that was just bare plastic that you could paint yourself, that you could do what you do with all the other 40k stuff that you get, and actually pick your chapter, pick your colour scheme, all that kind of thing. That not being an option was a little bit disappointing. Even as someone who wasn't like, yeah, let's go, I felt like it was an obvious thing to do, to have one that wasn't painted. It felt like an obvious trick that had been missed. Obviously not this time. So there is an actual Intercessor that you can have your own colour scheme on, comes in bare plastic. That's really nice. I like that. I like that is an option. I feel like that is the kind of thing that more people like me, who are not massively invested in this side of things, I would be way more likely to get one of these than I would one that's already painted. I'd be way more likely to tackle it as a fun project, something a little bit different to stuff I've done before. I kind of branch out into trying to tackle something bigger, and yeah, this has far more appeal for me personally. But yeah, they look alright. They look pretty decent. It'll be interesting to see what they do in the future. I mean, as they say, time will tell what's next, but they're incredibly excited about this partnership already. Something that does strike me is that to have the warrior and the intercessor, the assault intercessor done for now, this has got to be one of the releases. The 9th has to be one of the things that they had marked down as, this is when we have to do this. This is when this has got to go live. Regardless of where we are in terms of releasing the Psychic Awakening stuff, this release has to be here because they have tie-in merchandise for this stuff, which I'm assuming reorganising all of that would be a royal pain in the arse. So yeah, having actual tie-in stuff from other manufacturers using their IP for a launch of a new edition, that's new, that's significant. But yeah, I think they look pretty decent. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you've got kind of experience with Bandai and McFarlane stuff, I'd be interested to hear which you would regard as being the kind of more reliable or higher quality brand when it comes to this sort of thing. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon video, subscribe, all that stuff. And of course, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you would like to. It's obviously not compulsory. You can do it if you want. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.